Ready to build your personal brand with eye-catching and stress-free content? I totally understand. Growing your personal brand on social media is so important, but the pressure from all the advice we hear, like posting 3 times per day, can feel like a lot, and things can get messed up. In this video, we'll dive into how to consistently create valuable content without burning out. Hi everyone, I'm Elena and welcome to my channel. If you are an entrepreneur, content creator, influencer, startup founder, or just looking to elevate your personal brand with content, you are in the right place. Let's make your social media game strong and stress-free. The first issue almost everybody meets is the question, what to post? How do I come up with so many ideas that will keep my audience engaged? And it is not as complicated as it looks like. But first, we need to go back to the basics of personal branding. Personal branding is the perception and the image other people have about you. This image is mainly based on two things, your skills and your personality, as the personality is much more important. Your skills and the expertise are the foundation of your brand and where you can give value. When we talk about skills, it's not just about your education or qualifications. It includes all the things you're passionate about and good at, whether it's home design, boosting productivity, makeup, or capturing your travel adventures. Think about areas where you can inspire others. It might be helpful to ask those around you where they see your strengths. Before I started my personal branding business, I had no idea that I was helping others build their brands through my knowledge until a friend of mine told me this. Sometimes when we are good at something, we take it for granted and don't realize how much we can help others by sharing what we know. Another thing you can do is ask the question, what makes you feel confident? Why is it so important to do it, especially when you're just starting to create content? Staying in front of the camera and filming yourself if you've never done it before may lead to imposter syndrome and burnout. You make yourself visible, but also this puts you in a more vulnerable position. Choose a topic that makes you feel confident will help you overcome the initial insecurities much faster. If you studied medicine but never worked as a doctor, you might have the expertise and the theoretical knowledge but not the confidence to build a brand around a medical topic, as you have never worked in this field. On the other hand, you might feel confident to talk about home design. If this is the thing you are passionate about and are constantly looking for ways to improve the design of your home, use it as a key to blow up your personal brand. When I was building my brand, I came up with so many ideas. Then I asked the question, where do I feel most confident? This made the choice so much easier. I noticed that when I talk with people about architecture, I feel much more confident. People start listening very carefully to me. Then I noticed that people liked my videos and the way I presented information, so I also focused on content creation. This doesn't mean that I wasn't working to uplevel my personal brand. It just helped me realize that I already have a brand and I'm good at something. So this was a good starting point. The mindset shift of being confident in front of the camera due to the value I can provide freed my mind from any worries. When we feel confident, we naturally place ourselves in a position of authority. Even in front of the camera, people see us through the lens of how we perceive ourselves. If we are feeling insecure, it makes it tough for others to trust our brand, business, and services. That's why it's so important to find a topic that helps you feel confident and comfortable in front of the camera. Another common advice is to pick a niche when you start creating content. I would rather look for a specific topic or area where you can provide value than hurry to put yourself in a niche. And then your personal brand is about you, so you are creating the niche. The second part of your brand is your personality. Your brand is not about what you can do, but who you are and what you stand for. When we think of famous personal brands, do we connect these people with their skills or rather with their stories, vulnerabilities, and beliefs? If we take the personal brand of Coco Chanel, do we connect her identity only with clothes, bags, and shoes? No, for us, she's a woman who revolutionized women's fashion, a strong, iconic figure standing up for freedom and self-expression. Similar to the example with Coco Chanel, what people remember about us is not what we do, but our values, beliefs, and the impact we create. And then the value we can give comes from our stories, what we have experienced, and the lessons we took from this experience. Very often it's connected to the challenges and our own pain points, as well as the moments when we develop certain skills that help us deal with a particular situation. The reason that I started learning more about branding and content marketing was that a couple of years ago I created my first online product, but people just didn't care about it, and this was very frustrating for me because I put so much effort but couldn't see the results. At that time, I didn't know how to structure my content to build a personal brand. I didn't have a brand message and was posting about some random topics and couldn't really give people a reason to remember me for something. This experience taught me where to focus and how to build my personal brand. It's a crucial step for anyone looking to work online, so I decided to turn my pain into power. Your personal brand is the way you present yourself and your content. It's not putting just everything outside, but being a bit more selective and showing what is useful for your target audience and then adding some facts about you around these topics. This makes your content much more personal and creates an emotional connection. A common mistake that I see is that many people in the beginning start looking at what big influencers do and they start posting more personal stuff. This approach only works if you have already built an audience. In this case, if you post, for example, a vlog, they will watch it because they already know you. But if you're just building an audience, the right strategy is to ask yourself where you can give value to your target audience. If you're looking for content ideas, go to the profile of your favorite content creator or influencer and don't look at what they post right now. Scroll down and see what type of content they started their account with. Many beauty influencers on YouTube started, for example, by testing products of different brands, showing how to do makeup or combining different outfits. They weren't just filming what they did, but showed people how to be more stylish. Before you start creating content, take a moment to think about what your brand identity should be. Are you leaning more toward a lifestyle influencer vibe, sharing snippets of your everyday life, or maybe you want to focus on your business and present a more professional image? You could also go for a casual and a friendly approach. Consider what your visuals will look like too. Do you want everything to be high quality and aesthetic? Or would you prefer a rough look that grabs attention? After you decide how your brand identity should look, it's time to put your skills, knowledge, passions, and interests into content pillars. I advise you to choose 3 content pillars and connect every post you make to one of these content pillars. The first content pillar is your main topic, which is what your personal brand really is about. If you want to promote your business, it is gonna be about what you do. When you create content for this content pillar, you should wake up the interest of your target audience and show them that you can solve a problem they have. This means that the content should be nailed down to the problems, challenges, wrong beliefs, and mistakes of your target audience. When they see your content, they should see themselves. This content pillar should be extremely outward focused. You should know your target audience well, their language, and how to get closer to them. My first content pillar is personal branding. It is connected with what I do, building brands where I can offer a solution to a certain need on the market. The second content pillar is a topic that is indirectly connected to your first content pillar. Your second content pillar should be a topic where you can provide a lot of value to your target audience. The first and second content pillars should work together. My second content pillar is content creation, which directly relates to personal branding because creating content is a big part of it. The third content pillar should be more related to your personality, where you share more from your life and about yourself. This is the content pillar that helps you create an emotional connection with your target audience. You can share, for example, your morning routine or tips that help you stay productive, or maybe some of your hobbies that will be interesting for your target audience. You can become really creative with this content pillar. Just remember that what you share should be useful for your audience. If, for example, you post a picture of your breakfast, it might not be very helpful. But if this is the breakfast that helps you stay fit and you want to share the recipe with your audience, it turns into a post where you present to them a cool idea for breakfast and how to gain more energy for the day. It turns out to be much more attractive. My third content pillar is architecture and design. This is something very deeply ingrained in me, maybe because I studied architecture, but I think it is even deeper, and it comes from my belief that our environment has a very big impact on us. It can make us more productive and creative and improve our well-being, and I want to share so much knowledge about this topic. Let's go over the three content pillars one more time. The first one is about addressing your audience's pain points and challenges and showing them how you can help. The second pillar builds on this by providing valuable content. The third pillar is all about you and what you want to share about yourself. I suggest focusing a bit more on the first two pillars until your audience grows and they start to see you as someone they can trust. After you come up with ideas about your content pillars, the best way to proceed is to put them in a content calendar. And here, don't overthink. You don't know what is gonna work or which content ideas will attract more people to your personal brand. Just put all of the ideas in the content calendar and try them. Make things as simple as possible and just keep testing and trying. After you know what type of content works best for you, you can create more of it. To make sure that you won't run out of ideas, you can create subtopics for every content pillar. This will help you absolutely eliminate the excuses why you are not doing new content. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel for more tips on personal branding and business growth. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see your personal brand shine.